My name is Nelson ASIRA and I am most Kenyan. I want to thank all of you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. 100 plus in 1 week. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. On behalf of the movement for social transformation, I want to thank you and I want to ask you to share this. If you're watching this video for the first time, please click the subscribe button and share the link with your friends. Everyone has a role to play in transformation, so this is a channel for you, because I want to talk today about young people. Before I proceed, I want to do a shout out to Look Empire. There is a young man CEO behind Look Empire. He has dressed me today. Thank you, Jean. What comes to your mind when you hear the word young? What comes to your mind when you hear the word youth? I know a lot of things come into your mind. But have you ever thought about the leadership of youths? Somebody quoted this, and he says that the young people should be at the forefront of global change and innovation. He says, if empowered, the young people can be the key agents of peace and development in their societies. But he warns us and says, however, if left or sidelined, the nation or the societies are impoverished. And a society that neglects the young people is meant to bleed to death. There is this syndrome that I am too young. One, I am too young to be the coach of that team. I am too young to lead my football team. I am too young to be the chairman of the Boda Boda Association. I am too young to be the cabinet secretary for whatever ministry. I am too young to be the MP of my area. I am too young to become the chairman of whatever grouping. Listen, somebody said, by the person I quoted before is Kofi Annan on youth and leadership. Somebody else says, if you are given a platform and the only reason for you to reject or turn it down is because you are young, then you're doing a disservice to yourself. You're doing a disservice to yourself, because there are very many young people across the globe that are doing amazing things. Are you too young to lead? Are you too young to lead? Well, did you know that being young is one of the most beautiful things that even grown-ups want to be young? I know you might want to argue with me. This is not, I'm not talking about adulting. I know people fear adulting. But being young is one of the most beautiful things that even the old want to be. Just allow me, for the sake of this video, to describe a young person, because in Kenya our median age is around 20 years. So between 20 years and 46, you're young. You're a millennial. So when I talk to you today, it is you I am referring to. I've been looking at the analytics of these videos that we post on this platform, and I've realized all the people that are supposed to watch this video are the ones watching it, because the average of the ages watching the videos in this YouTube channel is between that age 20 to 45. I think most of the guys who are watching are from Nairobi, and kudos to Nairobi team. I'm yet to hear from other counties. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. There's a lot we want to engage you on in this platform. So at number 10, we have Gabon president. The Gabon president is 60 years old. At number 9, we have our own Kenya's president, who is 58 years old, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I respect him. Number 7, we have the president for Senegal is 57. The president for Congo is 56. The president for Lesotho is 56 again. The president of Burundi is 54 again. The president of Gambia is 54. And then, Gambia, Adama Barrow, the one who went into exile and came back, yes. Then, 53 years old is Liberia's, the president who was considered the youngest when he came into power after playing football for quite some time, So leadership begins in all systems. I think I will explain that later. And then we have Togo's president at number 2, who is also 53 years old. And now, the youngest president in Africa is 51 years old. Before I proceed, does that ring a bell to you? Because, it is you who always says, give the young people opportunity. As I began, I opened with a quote from Kofi Annan, and he said, give young people a chance. A society to breathe well, to be healthy, must have young people at the forefront. Recently, there have been young people getting into positions of power recently, and I can attest to that. The last one in 2019, December, Finland's Prime Minister, I think she's called Sanna Marin. She became the Prime Minister at 34 years. Now, 1 month later, there is a politician aged 97 years, who refers to her as an office messenger or something, meaning the young people tried, the old people, there's a way they look at us young people. Let me tell you what they think about us, and this is for you to digest. Old people think about young people and leadership, or young people generally, as selfish. They think about us as self-centered. You know best. I won't ask if that is true. Old people look at us as unreliable. We are seen as unreliable, my friend. Now, old people, older, in this sense, older, I have defined my age group between 20 to 45. So anyone above that is woman, referring to as looking at us in that way. They also think at us as people who want instant gratification. Remember, I have told you the youngest presidents, they didn't become president. Of course, I am yet to see. I hope our country will have a president at the age of 30-something, 40-something. Yeah. So they look at us as people who want instant gratification. We don't want to start the processes of doing changes, impacting and creating and influencing change in our communities before we get to positions of power. We want to wait to be given positions of power to impact our societies. So, my question is, leadership is our birthright. When we say leadership is our birthright, it doesn't mean that it is something that is meant to be. You don't sell your birthright. You are meant to have it. If you're born a firstborn, be a firstborn. Don't sell your birthright to become a lastborn. So that means if you're meant to be a leader, be a leader. So the problem, or something that affects us young people, is we still believe, you're older than myself. Boss, you can go lead us. You vote in the wrong people. I'm still too young. Whether you can lead for some 2 years, I'm coming after you. Some of us have ambitions to become the presidents, then the governors, but we keep postponing. We postpone leadership. Leadership is not postponed. You have to take charge today. In my previous video, I asked you if we are given a platform today to lead the nation. The other time, CS was handing over the entire nation to the young people. And I was asking myself, are we even ready to handle this nation? Are we ready to run government. If Uhuru stepped aside, if Mudai Kagwe stepped aside, if everyone else in government stepped aside and said, young people, take charge of this country, would we be capable? So the sickness of I am too young is eating us. That the glory of the youth is in their strength. You can quote me on this. That's Proverbs chapter 20 verse 29. Now, there's a time that comes when that strength is diminished. Gone! Poof! My friend, you are not too young to lead across the globe. We have, at 33 years old, a chancellor for Austria, also head of government, I believe, 33 years old. Sanna Marin, which I talked about, whom I've talked about, she's the Finland's prime minister at 34 years old. I believe right now she's 35, or I'm not sure, 34 years, yes. Kim Jong-un, he's the supreme leader for North Korea at 37 years old. You get the graph, 30s, 40s, we are coming there. We have Nayib Bukele, president of Salvador, 38 years old. We have Jacinda Ardern, prime minister for New Zealand, 39 years old. Now, at 39 years old again, Emir of Qatar. Emir is also the commander-in-chief position, head of state, commander-in-chief, yeah? 39 years old. At 40, we have the king of Bahaton. Now, at 40 years again, we have Carlos Alvador, president of Costa Rica. Xavier Expo, head of government of Adona. The population that is considered to be the most informed is this generation called millennials. We read, we are informed, and that is a prerequisite for leadership. So I want to tell you, you're not too young to lead, because virtually information is power. You're sitting, eating, sleeping on information, thanks to the power of technology. Somebody was making a joke that COVID-19 has forced us to be digital. Man, millennials across the globe are digital and informed. Number two, why you are not too young to lead is because we have what we call self-confidence. When we read, when we research, when we have facts, we become confident and we can face any rogue government, any rogue leader, challenge, and our voices heard. We can create groups. I am still referring to what the Cabinet Secretary for Health said. We are able to organize ourselves. And remember, any organized team, please guys, join the movement for social transformation, because only then will we realize our visions for this country. The other thing is, we are not unreliable. The most reliable people are the young. We have time. We have the opportunity to prove ourselves in different career paths. We are reliable. That's why you're not too young to lead. The last one is because of us looking up to those who have gone ahead of us. We are patient. We are patient. We are not an instant gratification team. No, we are not too young to lead because we are patient. We are able to be patient with the people who have gone ahead of us. They are able to hold our hands to achieve our dreams. So as I come back to the statistics again, in Africa, recently there's a woman called Emma Theophilus. At 23 years old, she has been appointed Assistant Minister for ICT. In our last general elections, we appointed an MP called John Paul for Igembe South at 23 years old. In last year we also had the youngest professor in this country at 28 years old. She's a woman, and I love that fact. We also have the youngest Prime Minister for Finland last year, December. 34 years old. Other global names include Zuckerberg became a millionaire, or is it a billionaire, at the age of 23 years old. Sandile Shezi of South Africa became a millionaire at the age of 23 years old. Does these ages I'm talking about ring a bell? Does this ring a bell to you? I know right now you're watching this video, you're 21 years, you're 25, you're 29, you're 30, you're 35, you're 40, you're 45, or even if you're 50. Do you agree with me that we are not too young to lead? As I close, we have been handed over the leadership of this country like this, on a silver platter. We have been asked to lead this nation, though not from within. You are asking that why are we not in government? The thing is, we have been given an opportunity to lead. So where are you? Which county are you? Are you in all those counties you are? Start driving change. Transformation begins at your county. Where you are, what are you doing? And I would love you to do a video about what you're doing and share with us so that we post on this platform. Whatever transformational agenda you're driving in your communities, please share with us. We have a chance, an opportunity to shape the direction that this leadership, that this country is going to take post COVID-19. We have the opportunity to lead this country. If you're still doubting yourself, go and read the Bible, the good book, and find out who was the youngest king ever on planet Earth. He became a king at 7 years old. And read what happened afterwards. And that will show you that it is not your age. You're not too young. Actually, you are ripe. You're prime to lead. You're the right person to lead. Also, in the same Bible, read about Joseph, a young man who everything he puts his hand to do succeeds. At the age of 30 years, effectively runs a whole country as a prime minister. So, I'm still finishing with the question. Are you too young to lead? Are you? You have the answer. My name is Nelson ASIRA, and I approve this message. And this week we are featuring a lot of young women who are doing amazing things. So the videos you're going to watch in this platform, if you have not subscribed, please, I'm repeating, subscribe, share this link. Amazing women are going to be sharing content on this platform. And this week it is for the women. If you're an amazing woman out there, lady, please reach out to us. You have our links, you have our inboxes. Please reach out to us to share something that you're doing to transform your community this week or next week. We can extend, but as soon as we get your video, be sure we'll share it.